Hi everyone, welcome. Today is Thursday, February 11th, 2021. Welcome to class. And for all my virtual listeners out there, do your pre-class setup, but we're going to go ahead and get started. This is just your reminder to remove any distractions that you may have, silence your phone, be ready to give your sole attention to today's lesson. Let's do a quick quality check to make sure everything's good. If you can see the words quality check at the top of the screen, if you can hear me and see the red record in the upper corner, raise your hand. Okay, perfect. You can put your hands down. Everyone can hear. Perfect. So the three principles that make up the community of inquiry framework, what they are, how they work together, the pros versus the cons of utilizing them in the framework in just a rich learning environment. That is our key learning objectives for this lesson. So before we dive into Chapter 5 of Thinking Collaboratively by D. Randy Garrison, we're going to just jump in with an icebreaker. So we live in an area with a lot of winter weather right now. So Winter Storm Lisa is going to head to our town. So you guys need to go to the grocery store before this storm arrives. So go to the text chat and type in what are some 3 items that are staples for you to get to at the store before they run out. And virtual listeners, while they do that, I want you guys to have a Word document that you'll email to me with your answers to our activities after class. So have a section header icebreaker, and at the end of the video, email me your responses. So we have wine, cheese, and Doritos. Real health nut, that's funny. Hummus, chips, and scotch. All right, pretty good stuff we got here. I like it. And ice cream, water bottles, and chips. These are all really important good stuff for our storm. So I was thinking more along the lines of bread, milk, and eggs. That's what my family used to always say were staples for riding out a storm. And just like these 3 ingredients give us opportunities to create more with what we're initially given, like with the bread and the eggs, we can make an egg sandwich. So just like if learners are given the 3 staples of social, cognitive, and teaching presence, they can use what we give them and they can run with it, creating, discussing, innovating, and collaborating with endless possibilities. So the community of inquiry, the COI framework, it's made up of these 3 principles, which are social, cognitive, and teaching presence, and they all work together. They're codependent to have a really effective learning environment. The social involves sharing and discussing in a connected group. Cognitive, also known as the practical inquiry model, that's having metacognition, critical thinking, and considering other perspectives. And our teaching presence, which is equally important, it ensures that our end goal outcome is met through the design and creation and through it's just the structure that we build. So right now we're going to do a matching activity, and I will share with you guys the file so you can work on it. And with this matching activity, I want you guys to draw a line matching the social, cognitive, and teaching presence to the activity that matches it in a classroom. And for the virtual listeners, I would like you guys to add a line in your document with the heading matching activity and label which numbers match which letters. All right, good job. So yeah, 1 is B, 2 is C, and 3 is A. Good job, guys. So by including all 3 principles in a learning environment, we're learning deeper than the surface level. And just like this light bulb here, when we're engaging and critically discussing within our group, we're including the green social presence. when we're thinking through challenging experiences from a breadth and depth problem, we're given our cognitive presence with the red. And when we're incorporating a design and facilitation, we're just ensuring that we're heading in the right direction, and that's our teaching presence, the blue. So we incorporate these three aspects. It creates our light bulb to go off, and that's going off in our learners' minds. So now we're going to do an activity where, think about, we have a well-rounded course. We have to have the three pillars to support the course so it stays upright. So I would like for everyone live, take the shapes tool and circle what trait or concept each presence brings to the table to support the course. And while they do that, virtual listeners, I would like you guys to type in your document a few sentences about how each pillar or presence supports the course. And make sure you title that foundation activity. Okay, yeah, so you guys, you got them all. So with social, we're identifying within our group. Cognitive is reflecting on some personal and world points of view. And teaching is all about leadership. Great job. So with the community of inquiry, we just get a total well-rounded learning experience, and we're experiencing reflection on our personal and world beliefs. We're experiencing a doable workload to discuss and process the content. We're creating a meaningful understanding. And there's so much more that we gain from this framework, but without just a few things that I just mentioned. Without all of this, the environment would not be suitable to achieve our learning goals. So everyone who's live, go get your pointer tool, and you guys are going to register for another online class, but you guys want to check out, the course description before you register. So select which class A or B, is best to take based on its level of incorporating the COI framework. Would you take course A or course B? Virtual listeners, include a section header pointer activity and just describe if you pick A or B and why. So yep, you guys got it. It's class B. So right now we're going to do a case study activity, and I'm going to share with you guys the link to the Google slide. So you guys will take this Google slide. It'll take you into a breakout activity to do our case study. So you guys are going to work as a group to find 3 images, one for each presence, social, cognitive, and teaching, that represents how you guys will take this framework and incorporate it into your area of graphic design. So how might you guys as designers work in a way that includes social, cognitive, and teaching presences into your workplace? So you guys have 2 minutes to find, copy, and paste your images and just have someone ready to present briefly their ideas. Okay, so I'm going to set up your breakout groups, and everybody who is here, you guys will be in, let's see. Okay, you guys will be in group 2 for everyone who's live. Okay, so I'm starting the breakout. Okay, so you guys go to group 2, do the breakout activity, and in 2 minutes, so at 7:02, we'll be back. For the virtual listeners, I would like you guys to have in your document a section header titled Case Study. And I want you guys to include 3 images, one for each presence. And make sure you include some sentences, at least 3, but kind of describe to me, how will you take these presences into your work life, into your day-to-day work being a graphic designer. So I have 3 images for each presence, how you're going to incorporate this into your work life, and describe it for me. And just hang tight until we're ready to bring back everybody else.
I want to volunteer to talk.
Okay, guys, we're back in the main room, so please silence your microphone. So right now I'm going to pull up your work. Okay. All right, so we should be sharing. Okay, would anyone like to share your ideas here? Do you have any volunteers to kind of share their thought process on how you guys...
We kind of divided the group amongst ourselves, but sort of talked about it. And I picked the middle image because I couldn't really think how to represent it in a graphic design way, but I liked all the different colors and different elements of the brain kind of working and processing things as a graphic designer. And yeah, so I mean, we kind of talked through it together as we picked each one, but that's how we picked, you know, the images.
Yeah, I think you bring up a really good point about the different colors and thinking in different ways. I think that's a really good perspective, especially in graphic design and especially with your teaching, working together with the social. You guys did a really fabulous job. Okay. All right, so okay, so we did our case study. So the COI framework is just really about, you know, when we utilize this framework, there just becomes this positive environment that makes learning so rich and deep. And it's really essential for whatever field you're in, no matter the age group of if we're teaching younger students, if we're working with colleagues in a workplace. It's just really important to have these presences to explore and experience a rich, deep, meaningful learning environment. So I would like you guys to just check in with yourselves. How are you feeling? Do you feel overwhelmed? Do you feel like, oh yeah, I got this? You know, community of inquiry, got it. Just go to the text chat and send me an emoji with how you're feeling. Virtual listeners, include an emoji at the bottom of your document that represents how you feel about Chapter 5. So it looks like everyone's got thumbs up. We got smiley faces, winky faces. We're feeling good. That's what I like to see. So lastly, if you have any questions, need clarification, just send me an email and I will respond as soon as I can. But do not hesitate to email me with any questions. And that is it for Chapter 5 of Thinking Collaboratively. Thank you for everyone who's here with me this evening live, and thank you to the virtual listeners, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.